Hey guys, I'm Tyler from FA Dealership, and today we're going to be taking you through how to enter a boat into FA Dealership from start to finish. I'm with Roger Blanton. He's our inventory manager here at Southtown, and he's going to be walking us through how this is done. So whenever you're ready, Roger, let's take it from step one.
All right, first we need to get to the boat builder. So you go to the dots here and find the boat builder on the list. And we'll be ordering a new boat for stock.
So tell me a little bit about what the difference would be here. So if we wanted to order a boat not for stock, what would we be ordering that for?
If you're going to build one for a customer you have sitting there that you already have their account in the software, you can select the user here and add their name. So you'll be able to look their name up here and you'll be building this boat just for them.
Cool. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and assume that we're building this boat for stock. So we'll toggle that switch to yes. And then what do we do from there?
Just walk through the different steps. You'll have, we're going to do a new boat. And then you pick your manufacturer and then your year and then model.
Cool.
I'm just going to do a Supra SA. And we also have a variant on the SA. So you want to pick your engine that you're going to do.
Yeah, so for what you sell, you should have the manufacturers that you deal with in these lists. If you don't, definitely contact your admin and we'll get those added for you. But everything that you sell should be selectable in those menus. We'll just go to next. Cool.
So then it's going to bring up your product screen, which is going to have all your different options to select. We already know we did a SA400, so that's the only motor option for that. And then you go through and check, the different colors of the boat.
So we're building this boat from start to finish, basically.
Yep.
And we're not going to go through all that right now,
Right.
Just because you obviously know what you're ordering, but just to give you a quick run through.
You go through, like I said, select all your options, colors, so that way the correct price is in your system.
And as you're updating things, everything on the right is being updated accordingly, right? And the payment calculator.
Correct, over here. So we got the base price of the boat. And then once you start adding options, like it'll start adding them to your manufacturer option list here.
Okay, cool.
And then we will, at the bottom of this list is where you have your dealer options for your particular dealership.
Okay, so things like dealer prep, freight, things like that.
Freight and prep, everybody's freight and prep is going to be different. So this is where you select this stuff. And if you do have something that's not on this list, you're able to add more options here.
Right. So anything that you add there as a dealer option, those would probably be like one-time things or things that are infrequent. You are going to want to make sure if you don't have all of your specific dealer options over here on the menu already, that you contact your admin and get them to add those, because those will be seen every time, where if you go to add an option, a dealer option, then that'll just be something you have to add every time.
Correct.
So yeah, you'll want to select all those that apply to the boat.
And then you're going to place your order. That takes you to your actual, it gives it an inventory number, and then you're able to add all your additional information on that particular boat. We have multiple locations, so we have a store location here where it allows you to add which store it belongs to.
Okay.
And then also, if you're doing a new boat, of course your dealership's going to own it, but we also have a selection here for our consignment boats if you are doing a used boat there. So all these are pretty self-explanatory. On this top, if you go to the details page, you're going to want to put in your model numbers and stuff are already there. What margin you want to sell the boat at.
So this is going to be selected by you as the person putting it in, correct? Just the margin that you want to sell this boat at.
So this would be, the margin you want to sell would be your minimum margin you want to sell it at. That's what it's going to, this margin percent allows.
Okay. Gotcha.
So whatever percentage you put, yeah, correct. Whatever you put here is going to, once you save this screen, will factor the margin off of your MSRP price down here.
Okay.
So you'll have your total MSRP price, and this is the 20% margin. So this would be your minimum sell price to make 20%
Gotcha. Okay.
margin.
Cool. So that was jumping ahead a little bit.
That was.
But...
I was just showing you what this gives you down below.
Right. Okay, cool.
Going through the different types, you got your boat type, which, so you have your boat type, just different things to add per dealership if you want this stuff in there. Ordered status, that is your status of where it's at in the line, whether the boat's ordered, if it's in production, if it's on its way to your dealership, if it's under rigging or what. So that's the status you can convert your stuff for.
So you're going to be updating that as the boat
goes through your system in your dealership. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
We also have a secondary status here, which allows you if it's just a stock boat, or if it's a pre-sold boat that you've got coming down the line, or if it's just one of your demos for your store.
Okay. Awesome.
And then we also have a location here that allows you, if it's at your store or wherever, each dealership is going to be different with this. We have a service lot, we have a used boat lot, and we have a couple different showrooms. So depending on where that boat's at for location. Quantity, it's pretty self-explanatory. Your ACV here.
So that's not going to apply probably to a used or to a new boat that you're ordering for stock. That would be if it was a used boat.
Correct. Your new boats aren't going to have a ACV.
Okay.
So going back to the top of this section here, we always do a estimated arrival date. If the boat is in just production, we think it's going to come in 3 weeks from now, we'll put the date in there. We also do when it comes in, when it actually shows up here at the dealership, and then we have a date for when it actually goes on a sales lot. So after rigging and all the stuff, pre-stuff.
And all that's going to keep track of where we're at in our, our curtailment start date and things like that. That's going to be important for tracking that. So you definitely want to.
So that way, if your boat sat here on the lot in shrink wrap for a week or two. So scrolling on down, we usually don't do, this is for sold date, of course, is when you sell the boat. You put your curtailment dates for when your curtailments are going to hit. That way it throws you a flag up, lets you know, hey, your curtailments are going to start. Same thing with interest. Lets you know when your interest is going to start on the boat. So hey, I need to get rid of this boat. This is going to be the base cost of the boat or whatever dealership we're in.
Right, and that was determined by what you picked in the options list.
This is actually just the base price of the boat, no options.
Oh, okay.
This price won't change ever.
Gotcha.
We'd like to add our colors of our boat, so when once the boat's completed on some of our list screens, it shows you just the main colors. That way you can distinguish which boat's which,
gotcha.
Not just by a number. Also, if you've got a floor plan here, if it's on a bank floor plan, you can select the difference, and then the amount is floored for.
Okay, cool. So moving on to product details. These are going to be pretty self-explanatory, just exactly what they say. A lot of this is going to come when you get the invoice for the actual boat. So invoice number, things like the engine, serial, make, model, all that, trailer VIN, and hull ID are all going to come on that.
Correct.
So you'd be entering that information at that time.
Yep.
Which is very important.
Yes. Then we roll down to our dealer pricing. So this is going to show you your total MSRP, your minimum sale price for whatever margin you set above. It's going to show your dealer price, which is your base price of the boat with all the options, plus any dealer options you've added, like freight and prep.
So this is anything that you, the dealer, have in the boat.
Correct. This is what you totally have in the boat. And then, of course, you can put your manufacturer's invoice of what the actual cost of the boat, less all the dealer stuff.
Right.
So moving on. Then you have this section, which is your window sticker. This is for what you're going to place in your showroom as far as when you print out a price sheet of the boat.
Right. So for us, our sales department goes back in and does this, sets all the parameters for that, and they print it. But if you are the one that's doing that, These are just, yeah, like Roger said, exactly the details that you want to show to your customer when you print out that window sticker.
So down here, then we skip to the web details, which this is what you're actually going to see on your website. So whatever price you put here or any of the information you put on the web section is going to translate over to your website.
Okay, cool. And yeah, for us, our marketing department handles a lot of that. I think, Roger, do you actually enter some of this information?
What I do in this, I actually put the price at what we're going to advertise over the web with the payment, interest rate, down payment, and then marketing does the name, which is just the name of the boat for them to track it online with.
Yep.
And then they also add the web color and descriptions down below. All this stuff here would be what's going to show up on the web.
Okay, awesome. And I do want to note here, just being in the marketing department, doing this a lot, anything you enter here is not going to push it to the website right off the bat. So all you're doing here is entering the information. And when you're ready to put it on the website, this toggle switch up here, you're going to actually select website, and that's going to push it for you. So don't worry that you're doing things on your website as you're entering these fields. Nothing's going to happen until you do that right there. So you are safe. And I think that's going to do it for this one. So after that, you just hit save.
Correct. Yeah, you just save at the bottom, and from that point on, your inventory is saved in your system as a new boat.
So that is how the process is done from start to finish. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.